Good morning! I said good morning.
Why do you always wear that shit?
Because I like it.
Who are you? Like, why are you always on my
Side
mind?
of you that you always feel, but you always hide. So extreme. Am I? Is it?
Really?
Good.
Trigger warning, what I'm about to say you probably won't like, you probably will disagree with some of it, but that's okay because it's some shit that you need to know. Everybody is bisexual. Because sexuality is on a spectrum, it's made up of ratios, not finite labels and compartments. There's one side being gay, and then there's one side being straight. And then there's people, right? Somewhere in between here. It's like a line, and you are somewhere on this line. And that means that no matter where you fall on that line, you will always have a little bit of the other side. Well, my whole mind got kind of turned upside down when I was a freshman in college, okay? I was hanging out with my girlfriend at the time's dorm, and she had a friend who came in, and he was so, excuse me, but so gay. He had the wrist, he was having the lisp, everything had me thinking this guy was just straight up gay, and that's okay, but I'm just, how I would perceive him would be very different than what he explained to me. He told me that he was actually bisexual, and I didn't believe him. Which is ridiculous, because who am I to tell someone what they are and what they aren't? But what he said made a lot of sense to me, made me start questioning myself. He's like, actually, I'm just mostly gay. And I was like, mostly gay? What the hell does that mean? He says, I'm 90% gay, 10% straight. And that sounds kind of silly, right? But it really isn't when you think about it. He really broke it down for me and just like kind of opened up my mind like, whoa, we aren't just one thing. We are capable of a lot of different feelings and capable of doing a lot of different actions. We shouldn't be labeling ourselves at all. The label should fall on the behavior and not us as people. That just caps our potential as human beings by being like, oh no, I can't go to this place. It's kind of like being like, I hate Indian food, and you never had it. That just makes you ignorant. And I'm not saying that you have to go out there and be gay and try gay things. If you don't want to, don't do it. No one's making you. The point of this talk that I'm trying to get through to people, even because I'm trying to talk to those people who fight any guy who shows any sense of being gay or fights themselves because they feel a little bit of same-sex attraction. Identity is not this fixed thing. It doesn't live in one category, it doesn't live in gay, it doesn't live in straight. It lives like water, it just flows. But we as humans in this age of information and putting ourselves out into the internet, we want to shout to the world what our niche is, what our label is. But I think that that's one of the bigger issues. If you are constantly trying to shout your label to the world, you are not allowing your label to change and grow and evolve where it really might need to. You're capping yourself off as a human by saying what you absolutely will and absolutely won't do. Now, no, stand for something or fall for anything is a very true statement. But when it comes to the terms in which we identify ourselves as, I don't think we should be so quick to say what we are not. That is just a very negative way to look at the world. That's like putting your racial preferences in your Tinder bio. No Asians, no blacks, only whites. That's f***ed up. That's some weird shit. No, all that does is not allow you these new experiences that your soul might need to evolve, to ascend, to get to the next level. I know that 2020 has brought a lot of things. A lot of people are becoming a lot more socially conscious, a lot more aware of who they are as a person. I know I have. And all that it really means to me is that I gotta let myself be open to possibilities, open to change. Pretty much, it's kind of ridiculous that anyone feels like they have to say they are anything. Because, yeah, it's our differences that make us, awesome, but it's our similarities that are going to keep us together as a humanity. And once more people understand that the thing that they fear the most, they actually are, the world will be a better place. There's a hetero-romantic, there's a homo-romantic, there's a homosexual, and then there's a heterosexual. What do those terms mean? Heterosexual means that you are sexually attracted to the opposite sex. Homosexual means that you are sexually attracted to the same sex. Hetero-romantic means you can fall in love with the opposite sex. Homo-romantic means that you can fall in love with the same sex. That's a different spectrum in and of itself. That's breaking down this gay and straight, these two categories, because it's so much deeper than these blanket labels that we've put on these terms to define ourselves. You deserve more than just these finite terms. You deserve all the options in the world. Don't settle, is what I'm trying to say. You can be sexually attracted to a guy, to men in general, and be a guy yourself, but fall in love with a woman and not even be sexually attracted to her. That's possible too. Anything is possible. Any combination of this. The way to evolve is not to suppress any emotion, to feel everything, to slide on this spectrum like a fucking water slide. Because that's the only way that we can make it down to the pool. Don't let yourself be controlled by these preconceived notions and vocabulary. It's bullshit. Is it worth it? Is it really worth it? Are you happier? Just because you can tell your family that you're straight, does it make you happier at night, or does that make them? Live for you. You're gonna close your eyes for the last time, and you're gonna have to think, did you live it right? Did you live it true? What does authenticity mean to you? Behavior and identity are very different. You have people compromising their beliefs because of the people that they hang out with. Stop attributing your entire self to an action. Just like a criminal doesn't want to be judged by the worst thing they've ever done, why would you want to be judged by who you're f***ing? That's no one's business. Unless you want it to be their business, then that's all you. I'm just saying, why does it matter? To reproduce is ultimately why this mentality was introduced to this population in humanity. That's why the Bible is written the way that it did. They want people to reproduce. They want manpower. They want slaves ultimately. On no black or white shit, just generally. They just want a workforce. Now that we're realizing this and population control is getting a little bit more serious, we can miss out on the next plague if we just tackle this problem by understanding reproduction is probably the lowest form of what an organism is. You know, we're conscious beings. We're not animals that are in danger of extinction, unless of course it's by our own self. It's ridiculous. Quality over quantity. Back in the day, before consciousness really arrived and the internet, all this information, yeah, it was important to have more people. Not anymore. Now it's about the quality of a person, not how many you got.